102.7. It is Kiss FM. It is time for Ryan's Roses. And here we go. Dear Ryan and Sissany, honestly, I'm kind of losing my mind. I've felt for months now that my husband has been seeing his ex-girlfriend behind my back. This is from Morgan in Anaheim. Morgan, good morning. How are you?
I am okay. Thank you.
Morgan.
Yeah.
You say you have evidence, but I heard it had to do with finding Wi-Fi connection in his phone. Tell us what this evidence is.
Yeah. So I saw this TikTok about how to search into someone's phone and look up all of the Wi-Fi the phone's ever connected to. And so I did that with my husband's phone, and I came across this Wi-Fi name called Crystal's Wi-Fi, which is, his ex-girlfriend's name. And so, of course, it's like just like her to name her Wi-Fi after herself. And so I confronted him about it with this evidence.
And what did he say?
What happened?
He just seemed really flustered, and he had no idea where it came from. And then, he was mad at me for snooping through his phone. And, I was just thinking, well, you keep denying it every time I bring it up. And so I had to find out for my own self. And I know it had to be recently, because back when they were dating, she lived with her parents and she wouldn't have her own Wi-Fi. It's just so obvious to me, but he keeps denying it.
Are there other things, other signs that he's cheating? Anything else strike you?
Well, yeah, he's just texting all the time, and he's not normally texting all the time. And a friend of mine even saw them together. So, the concrete evidence.
Wait, a friend of yours saw them out together doing what and where?
Yeah, they were shopping or something. It was a normal activity you would be doing with a girlfriend. And also, on top of all of that, he smelled like perfume one day. And
Wait. Forget everything else. He's out shopping with his ex-girlfriend?
That's enough.
That's enough. Did you ask him about that?
He said Letty was wrong, that it wasn't him with her. It's everything denial. And
What's her name?
Truth. His ex's name is Crystal.
Okay, hold on one second. We're going to get into this next, okay? 102.7, because, forget all this other stuff. You're out shopping with your ex? No. That's a no. It's just no.
No.
We're in it. Ryan's Roses right now. It's Ryan Seacrest with you. Thanks for having us on. We're in the middle of a Ryan's Roses. You just got here in time if you want to hear us call Morgan's husband. She thinks, many signs leading to her reaching out to us. She thinks he's definitely cheating on her with his ex. I mean, her friend saw him and his ex out on a shopping trip. Forget the fact that she thinks he's on her Wi-Fi and any other things, but he continues to deny. He's texting all the time. Who are you texting? Nobody. Are you hanging out with your ex-girlfriend? No. But wait. My friend just told me she saw you with her shopping. It wasn't me. So too many things, right?
Yeah.
Morgan and Anna. Morgan, I need you to say, Ryan, you have my permission to call, and then your husband's name on Kiss FM. Go ahead.
Ryan, you have my permission to call on Kiss FM.
All right, we're going to call him now. Be very quiet. We want to see if we can find out. Don't say anything until we tell him he's on the air. And remember, his ex-girlfriend's name is Crystal. Here we go. Good luck.
Hello.
Hi, is this Drew?
Yes, speaking.
Hi, Drew. My name is Kendra. I'm calling from the OC Florist. We're actually new to the area on Lincoln near the Waba Grill, across the street from the Walgreens. How you doing this morning?
Okay. I'm doing good. What's up?
So actually, we deliver in the area here in Anaheim, and today we're offering local residents a promotion. It's a dozen free red roses that you can send to anybody that you'd like. They are free. I don't need cash. I don't need credit card info. I don't need anything from you. We just hope that if you like our delivery service and our flowers, that you would come back as a customer. It's something that we do about once a month for local residents.
Okay.
Is that something you'd be interested in?
Well, that is my name, but I think you might have the wrong number though, because I didn't sign up for anything like that.
No. You didn't sign up. We cold call people. You may have bought something online in the past 6 to 18 months and clicked to receive promotional offers from local vendors. That's how we get our database.
Oh, okay. So it's like a contest?
Essentially, yeah. We find somebody once a month. Is there anybody that you would want to send these free flowers to?
That's kind of cool. Yeah, actually, my wife would actually kill me if I didn't send them to her. So I'll send them to my wife.
Okay, what's her name?
Amanda Clark.
Amanda. Okay, and then what would you like to put on the note?
Let's say it's our lucky day. We won free roses.
Okay. I like your honesty.
Drew, your voice is being broadcast on the radio, and I have what's your wife's name, Drew?
Amanda Clark, is this?
My name is Ryan. Your voice is being broadcast on the radio. I have your wife on the other line. Morgan, is that your name, or is your name Amanda?
It's Morgan. I go by Morgan, but
who's
my
Amanda?
official name is Amanda. Yeah.
What?
So, Drew, does that sound like your wife?
Yeah, that's my wife. Hi.
Okay, Drew.
Hi.
Reason we're calling you, she told us her name is Morgan. Reason we're calling you is that your wife, Morgan Amanda, thinks that you're cheating on her. What's your reaction to that?
My reaction is this is getting old. That's my reaction.
Why do you think that she thinks this time and time again, Drew?
Honestly, she's obsessed with my ex, and it's been this way since we've been together. She's been suspicious ever since my ex moved back into town, and so she's just been time and time again trying to catch me in something that I'm not even a part of.
What's your ex's name, Drew?
Crystal.
Why are you out shopping with her?
Did you go out shopping with Crystal?
Did I go No, I did not go shopping with Crystal. What? No.
Morgan, tell Drew what you told us.
Yeah, Letty saw you guys together. And I know you've been seeing her. You just got to be one step ahead of me or something because...
No, she did not. I don't know what she thought, but she's wrong. She's not seeing me with Crystal because I'm not hanging out with Crystal. Listen, I need you to believe that I'm telling you the truth. And honestly, it's too much at this point, and we probably need to talk to somebody because I'm on the radio now.
Yes, you should talk with somebody about it because if Drew, you're telling the truth, and Morgan, you're still suspicious. Tell him what you told us about the Wi-Fi, Morgan.
Yeah, I know. That's the craziest thing. How do you... Okay, so maybe Letty was mistaken, but how do you explain the Wi-Fi? You connected to Crystal's Wi-Fi? Come on.
She saw it in your phone, bro.
Okay. Yeah. We've talked about this before, but I meant to tell you this. About 2 years ago, we had our the holiday banquet. Remember at the Crystal restaurant on Beach Boulevard, that one across from Home Depot. Anyway, that is where I was connected. I was there and I connected to that Wi-Fi, and that's why it looks like it was hers.
So you remember, you've gone back into your history and you remember this Wi-Fi specifically like that? That it was a Crystal restaurant?
Well, she's looking through my phone, I'm sure, and so she brought it up to me before, and...
So you were in a restaurant called Crystal?
Exactly, yeah. And
with the K or a C?
As Crystal Restaurant. It's a C.
It's a C.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah, I mean, there's a
I
Crystal
think
restaurant.
you have a good point, Drew. You guys need to see somebody about it. Morgan, we're going to let you guys go, but it's time to work this out. Time to work this out and move on. Figure it out, you know?
I agree. I just totally agree.
Good luck to you guys. I do have a lot of thoughts. I want to come back to it here. It's Ryan's Roses. Who was the most genuine voice on that call? Where's your head on that? Hang on. It's Ryan Seacrest with you. I want to go back to Ryan's Roses for a second. So Morgan reaches out to us and says, hey, guess what? I think my husband's cheating. I saw in his phone he was on Crystal's Wi-Fi. That's his ex's name. My friend tells me he was out shopping with his ex. She saw them together. We get him on the line. He says, I want to send the flowers to my wife, Amanda. But she told us her name was Morgan. It's like, yeah, my real name's Amanda, but I told you guys it's Morgan. That already threw me off.
Me, same.
Yeah.
Okay, then he sends a rose to her. Then he says, when we ask him, what's going on with you and Crystal? He says, no, it's not me and Crystal. It's my wife is obsessed with Crystal and thinks something's going on with us and wants to catch me in some situation. But it's just not happening.
He was too quick with the remembering of the Crystal restaurant. Like,
That's stood out as odd to me that when we're like, wait, why was Crystal's Wi-Fi in your Wi-Fi? It's because we went to a restaurant called Crystal.
like, okay.
I was actually believing him until that.
Me too.
But he only because he said she had brought it up already a while ago. And so he was trying to rack his brain. Where did this Crystal Wi-Fi come from? And then he remembered. So I kind of actually believe him about that Wi-Fi, except for the fact, why would you be on a Wi-Fi when you're at an event or when you're at like some work function?
A restaurant? I do that sometimes.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. A restaurant?
Yeah. Connect to your
gosh.
Wi-Fi.
I never
If you
checked
go
anybody's
through my
Wi-Fi.
phone, you're going to see Steak and Shake everywhere.
I just use my data.
Oh, yeah, burn all that.
No. Data is like precious.
I'm just not on my phone at dinner.
Okay, well, don't yell at us. We are.
Yeah, yay.
And by the way,
Judgment.
we're going to be in a different restaurant. And I thought it was Crystal's with a K, so.
No, it's Crystal's Restaurant and Banquet. We can call them and ask them what their Wi-Fi name is.
On that now. Yes, Mark, dial for dollars. Caitlin, good morning.
Hi, good morning.
So I really, like Tanya, believed this guy, Drew. I think I really believed Drew. There was one Wi-Fi portion that threw me off, but I feel like I believe Drew.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, he's either the world's greatest gaslighter ever, or he's telling the truth because, like, I agree with you. I kind of believe him too. So he's either like a sociopath or he's legit.
It's like, exactly, but they both sound the same, which is the scariest part.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, that's what frightens me to leave this studio.
Yeah.
Right? That legit and sociopaths sound the same. Like,
I know it's scary, but I agree with you too that I think they definitely need to see someone because he might just be a really good liar because the Wi-Fi thing is the only thing that really throws off the story.
Well,
all right, Caitlin, thank you for calling. Mark, did you dial
Oh my
for
gosh,
dollars?
thank you.
Colette's calling them right now. Might be a little early. They don't open until 11, but we'll see if anybody's there.
All right.
What is dial for dollars?
Nothing. I just said it. Dial it up. Dial for dollars. I don't know, maybe somebody says that somewhere for something. Backroom Colette?
She's got someone.
We just need to ask, do you guys provide Wi-Fi for your guests?
No, I need to know the name.
And, well, they might even be like, no, we don't.
Yeah, it'd be like a 2-minute call.
It'd be like a 20-second call.
All right, I'm gonna.
Oh, they're down. Oh, I thought she was just going to ask them.
No, they're putting it through.
Wow.
They're fully prepped. You hear
Shout
that?
out to Crystal's Restaurant and Banquet Hall.
Okay. Are they ready?
What's the name of the person? Colette, what's the name of the person?
I'm so sorry. What's your name?
Yes.
Really quickly, what's your name? Do you mind sharing your first name with us? It's okay. If you don't feel comfortable. Ryan Seacrest just has a question for you. I know it's a little bit.
Do we? I'm surprised people stay on the phone and come talk to us.
I'd be like, no thanks. What does he
Not
want?
after this,
Yeah.
man.
I would answer.
Put the guy on already.
I'm just gonna put you on hold.
Hello, is this Crystal Restaurant?
Hang up.
Colette, could you call them back? They hung up. All you need to ask them is, do they have Wi-Fi? That's all I got to know.
No, the name of the Wi-Fi.
And what the Wi-Fi is called.
Well, do you provide Wi-Fi for your guests?
Right, but what if it's called French fry?
Right, or it's called like...
Well, yes.
You fill in the blank? Come on, how's that brain working this morning? Wow, you need coffee again, don't you? Or like, couldn't think of one word? Or drink
Where it
coffee.
is. So it's like LBC.
Pull anything. Drink a word. I mean, drink a coffee. Oh my gosh. It's time for Ryan's Roses. 102.7 Kiss FM. Are you ready, Sissany and Tanya?
Beyond ready.
baby.
Okay, listen in, everybody. So Jessica writes in an email that she was in San Diego with her son recently for his cross-country competition. Then when she got home, interesting, the wine glasses were right side up. She says, I store them upside down.
Oh.
Which is what I do, too.
You do?
I do.
Interesting.
But, so I don't understand. Is this a big deal? Does she think he had a...
Yeah, couldn't he just had someone over like
For
that
wine.
for wine? What's the big deal with that? Michael
So
always
Jessica-
puts stuff away not the way I like it.
Yeah, I got it. Jessica, thank you so much for trusting us with this. Can you help us understand why the wine glasses is such a big deal?
Okay, so my husband does not drink wine. I was out of town, so one of us travels with my son to go to these cross-country competitions.
That's a hard sport.
It's, oh my gosh, he just loves it though. I mean, neither of us run. We don't know where he got it. He just decided. So, yeah, it's cute, but it's a lot of trouble.
Okay, so you come back and you see the glasses.
Yeah. And he doesn't drink at all, really. Like maybe a beer once in a while, but just nothing. So this was very strange. And I asked him if he had anyone over that weekend. He was like, nope, just me. But there's just no reason he would have touched these wine glasses. So I'm thinking, like, why is he lying? You know what I mean? There's no reason.
Right, because now he's lying.
Make something up. Like, so I just think he had someone over. And the baby was sleeping upstairs. So now I'm just nauseous thinking about who's in the house.
But do you think he is cheating on you before this? Did you have any other feelings before this?
Well, I mean, we just had a baby. It's been really stressful. He's had some health issues. It's under control now, but we're just not connected. You're
not feeling the connection.
Yeah,
okay.
We're just
it happens.
We just we never watch TV like we used to. We never have anymore. It's just I kind of held out hope that this is just a rough patch and we'll get through it. But now he's lying about something, and he got squirrely about it, and that's why I'm so suspicious. I guess
he did get a little weird, and you said squirrely when you confronted him.
Yeah. There was no reason to kind of go. No, just there was no reason. So I don't know.
Is there anyone that helps out? Is there a nanny? Is there a cleaning person? Is there anyone that might have helped out?
I've racked my brain trying to justify the position of these glasses. We don't have a cleaning lady. We don't have a nanny. We haven't even had anyone over in months. I did the dishes before I left.
Mm-hmm.
So I know I put them in there like I always do. He didn't even, he doesn't really clean.
And you didn't point out the glasses to him. These were just all questions to him. You didn't say well, why are these glasses upside down? You didn't say that?
No, I didn't say that yet. No.
And we are in Ryan's Roses. Sissany and Tanya, slide up.
I'm here.
Get into this. So Jessica, look, to me, she said a lot of things that are not great in their relationship. There's not a real connection. They're not intimate right now. She's been feeling disconnected. Then she sees these wine glasses at home, and he does not drink. So she thinks he had somebody over. And that was asked about, and he didn't say he had anyone over. So he lied about something, right?
Right. He's already lying.
So how much is he lying about? That is the question. Jessica, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah.
I need you to say, Ryan, you have my permission to call, and then your husband's name on Kiss FM.
Ryan, you have my permission to call on Kiss FM.
Okay. Be very quiet until we see who he sends the flowers to, and of course, what he writes on the card, okay?
Okay.
And
okay.
good luck. Good luck. Ryan's Roses. Here we go.
Hello?
Hi, is this Brandon?
Yeah, who is this?
Hi, Brandon. My name is Marcy. I'm calling from Beautiful Blooms. We deliver in Downey and most parts of LA. How you doing this morning?
I'm pretty good. Yeah.
Great. So, we're offering a promotion for local residents. And since you live in the area, it's a free dozen red roses that you can send to anybody that you'd like. We do this about once a month and trying to gain new customers. They're absolutely free. I don't need cash from you. I don't need your credit card or email address or anything like that. We can just start with the name of the person you want to send the flowers to, and we can write a note.
Yeah, I feel like there's nothing that's really free. So, what's the catch?
The catch is that we hope that you like the arrangements and then you come back as a customer one day. But these are absolutely free. It's something that we do all the time here. And today you've been selected. So is there someone that would want to receive some flowers, some roses today?
And you don't need my credit card.
I don't need your credit card. I don't need cash. I don't need anything like that.
Okay. All right. Then, yeah, sure. Sorry, what did you want then?
So who would you want to send? We can start with the note. What's their name?
Jessica.
Okay. And what would you like to put on the card?
Yeah, I don't know. Some random woman called me today to offer me free roses. I hope that they brighten your day.
Well, maybe we leave the random woman part out, but.
Yeah,
Well,
how
it's my
romantic.
wife. I'm hoping to get
I mean, you're not so romantic, Brandon. Oh, by the way, Brandon, your voice is being broadcast on the radio. I need you to know that. My name is Ryan. We have your wife on the line with us right here. And
Wait, what?
Yeah, we have your
Sorry,
wife,
did you-
Jessica, on the phone.
So, okay. Sorry, I'm just trying to catch up here.
Well, let me bring you up to speed. She is feeling a little disconnected in your relationship. And when she was away with your son at cross country, she came back and she saw 2 wine glasses stored the way that they're not normally stored. And you also, I think you don't drink much. So when you were asked about those wine glasses, what did you tell your wife?
Wait. So I'm on the radio right now, and you're asking
Yeah,
me
you need
this
to know
about
that.
wine glasses. I'm sorry. This is too much.
So, Brandon, what did happen with the wine glasses? Why were they flipped around not the way they're normally stored?
Oh my God! I can't believe this is that you're asking this on the radio. I've already talked to my wife about this, and she's got a radio station calling me to offer some fake
Brandon,
flowers.
who cares
Yeah,
about
so
that?
here we are.
What's the deal? What happened?
I can't.
Did you have someone over?
No, I mean,
Why are you stuttering? Why are you stalling?
I had a neighbor come over.
Who?
I mean, I didn't have her come over. She just came over.
Okay, and then
Angie.
you didn't happen to open up wine bottles.
And you also didn't tell your wife that when she asked about it?
Right. She asked you if anybody came
No.
over. You said no.
Because I thought it would be a thing, and it was no big deal.
Well,
so I was just trying.
It is a
It
thing.
is a
It's definitely a
thing.
thing.
Yeah, now we're
You're
here.
right by that. It is a thing.
Why would you lie? Why did you lie to me about it?
Guilt.
Babe, why would you bring me on a radio show to ask me about this when we've already talked about it?
We haven't talked about it. What were you thinking?
I was thinking I was trying to be a nice guy. You know, her husband left like 6 months ago. She shows up
Yeah,
and
you guys,
she's
our
like
next door
crying.
neighbor. She's our next door neighbor, and she's
she's crying,
a predator.
and she
yeah, okay,
she
yeah.
was-
So you
she
drink
came
wine.
over
You
to
drank
talk-
wine. You drank wine. You drank wine.
take a sip.
You don't drink.
I don't even.
Yeah, why would
I
you
don't
drink
like
with
wine.
another woman and not your wife?
Seems strange.
And not tell her about
exactly.
it. So,
Immediately
Brandon,
that night when you guys spoke on the phone before you went to bed, which I'm assuming you probably did.
And Brandon, people are
Something
busy.
happened.
What happened?
That's a
No,
good
nothing
question, Jessica.
happened. Nothing happened. I poured some wine out. We talked, and I knew you were going to freak out. I didn't think you'd put me on the radio, but she
So,
just wanted
Brandon,
to talk.
Brandon,
And so we went out by the fire pit and we talked for a minute. That's it.
You went out by the fire pit with wine and you talked
Yeah.
about what? That sounds pretty romantic.
Exactly, especially because you don't drink wine. So it's almost like you were trying to impress her.
I wasn't trying to impress her at all. I'm not attracted to her.
It's
Nothing
very
happened.
romantic.
And
That I would go to a fire pit with 2 glasses of wine with my significant other. It's romantic.
Yeah, I would FaceTime Jessica during that time and be like, hey, why don't we all just chat about this together?
What?
Nothing
I'm just confused
happened.
why you wouldn't tell me. Like, were you trying to keep your options open? What? I just don't get the whole
No.
thing.
Oh my God. Babe, I love you, but no, I'm not trying to keep my, this is insane. Nothing happened with her, and I knew you were going to react like this, which is why I didn't want to. I didn't want to mention it because I didn't want it to be a thing, because it wasn't a thing, because nothing
No,
happened.
it's a thing.
A little bit.
It's
we
a
had
thing.
a little bit
Guys,
of wine.
it's
I
a
listened
thing.
to her sob story.
Oh, no.
It's
It's
a
not-
thing,
It's
Brandon.
getting worse.
And also, you guys are distant in your relationship. I know for a fact you're not having.
Oh, no.
I know
Oh
for a
my
fact.
God, I'm gonna
Jessica
hang up
told
now,
me.
but
you should.
Wow, babe, I
If-
can't believe you
Well,
on the radio.
Well, she's spiraling,
Wow.
Brandon. She's
how am I
Brandon.
supposed to get an answer from you? You lied. You flat out lied, right? So what am I supposed to do? Now I know, and now, like, if it was nothing, why wouldn't you have just said it?
And what else
it
are you
was-
lying about here? Right? I mean, this could be just the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Brandon, I'm going to ask you: did you cheat on your wife?
100,000% no.
Did you lie to
No.
your wife about that night?
I mean,
yes or
yeah,
no?
I guess in that I didn't tell her about this happening. Yeah.
Where's the bottle of wine? Did you guys finish it that night?
Was it red or white?
No, it was like
Was it,
I had
was
like
it red
a,
or white?
Doesn't matter.
It does
It does
matter.
matter.
Here's if it was red or white. Like it was a sip of red
We don't
wine,
even
and,
sit out by the
I would
fire
like
pit
some-
But that's what I'm
anymore.
saying. Like you said,
We
you took
don't
a
even
sip
sit
of
out
it. So
there.
does that mean that she
Was it
drank
Merlot?
the entire bottle because you just took a sip of it, or did you guys pour the rest of it out? Because is the remaining
I
of the
didn't-
bottle in the fridge?
I didn't bring the wine over. It was she was.
And then she
brought it
she
over,
left with her
obviously, to
bottle.
talk to- I mean, she came to talk to
Okay,
Jessica.
this-
she didn't come to talk
he's
to
lying.
me. I
He's
don't know
lying.
who
This
people
is
are.
over. This is over.
Jessica, you really need to
Jessica?
sit down with him.
I agree. I know you guys got to connect, but you got to find out what's going on. That is not
Yeah.
okay. It is a thing. Brandon, thank you for talking to us.
Yeah.
Jessica, good luck. Okay.
Yeah.
Take good
Sorry,
care.
Jess.
By the way, I'm upset with the thing he covered up. It's a thing. A woman is over. It's romantic. It's a fire pit. It's wine. You don't drink. It's a thing.
Yeah, but also let's not do any more irrelevant questions.
Okay. Can you?
What are relevant
You want to
questions?
bring them
Red or
up? We're coming,
white?
we're
I
coming
mean,
back to this.
We had more important things to ask him.
Honestly, I liked that question.
I am a winemaker,
Yeah.
studying to be one.
And I wanted to know how
I
much
wanted
they
to know what it
drink.
was.
Irrelevant.
Also, yeah, thank you. So going back to the Ryan's Roses, it was Jessica and Brandon. She said they don't feel a connection right now, so they're not in a strong place. And then when she was away with her son at an activity, she comes back and she sees 2 wine glasses used. He doesn't drink. She asks him about it, and he says, no, wasn't me. So he already lied about it.
Right.
And then he told us he lied about it because he didn't want to create a thing. Anytime you don't want to create a thing by not telling somebody,
It creates a
you're going to
bigger
create
thing.
a bigger thing.
Yeah. And he couldn't get his story straight. I was asking him how much of the wine they drank. He said a sip. I was like, well, where was the rest of the bottle then? Well, she took it with her. It's like, okay.
How long were they there? We don't know. They went to the fire pit, 2 glasses of wine. Let's get Cassie. Cassie, good morning. How are you?
Hi, good morning.
Thank you for coming on. You heard Ryan's Roses?
Yes.
What was your reaction?
So I am married as well, and I don't drink, or I do occasionally, but my husband definitely doesn't, and it's never been like an issue for us either. But if I found out that my husband had like shared a glass of wine or more with a single woman and didn't tell me about it, I would be absolutely not okay with that.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Yeah, it's just that aspect of like the fact that he betrayed her trust by just not even saying that it happened if it really wasn't that big of a deal, and the way that he kept avoiding talking about what happened with the bottle of wine. Like they either dumped it or drank that. There's just no way. And like they were trying, it sounds exactly like they were trying to cover it up. And like he may not have cheated on her. I'm not sure about that, but
he definitely wanted the attention though, didn't he? He wanted the attention.
Yeah.
His wife was away. It's just not great.
Yeah.
No, and if anything, like I know people have different definitions of cheating, but I mean, I think this like puts them in the situation where like you never know how vulnerable this woman could have been, and I would consider this emotional cheating if like with what they may have been talking about, that kind of context and just the fact that like he kept leaving out certain pieces of information, like
conveniently,
like I said, yeah, he may not have cheated, but something happened. I can't say like exactly what it was, but I honestly think that she needs to take that into consideration, that, you know, he first of all lied to her, and that's a betrayal in your marriage in itself.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, look, that's what we do. We do Ryan's Roses to find out the truth, and we got to the truth. So we didn't find out if he's cheating, but we did get the true story.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
absolutely.
that was a success.
Yeah, it was, I think it was just there was too much of what he was saying that wasn't lining up with what she was saying, and he was realizing he was losing the story, and then he tried to say, you know, well, what do you mean about the bottle of wine? Like, it was a very important part of the story. So,
and he's saying that she brought it, then that this was planned, and then he knew she was coming over, and like, what person comes to his house and with a bottle of wine crying? Like, it wouldn't happen.
Yeah, and he couldn't answer how much wine he drank either.
Yeah.
Like, he would say a sip, but then it wouldn't seem like he actually drank a sip. So
he's on his way to cheating if he's not already. He's thinking about it.
I think so too. Yeah, I agree.
Cassie, thank you so much for listening to us.
Yeah, thank you. I had a great time. Thank you so much.
Take good care.
Thanks.
Bye.
Thanks so
She had a
much.
great time.
Yeah.
She had a great time talking about.
I hope every caller has a great time when they call in.
I like that. It makes you feel good, right?
Yeah, it actually
Thanks
takes
for
me
that fun ride. That was nice.
I needed that.
So, Ryan's Roses, we do this Mondays and Thursdays. It's time for Ryan's Roses right now on Kiss FM. We do Ryan's Roses calls Mondays and Thursdays, and here we go. This one says, I think my husband accidentally printed a hotel confirmation to the wrong printer, and I saw it. A hotel confirmation. Meaning, was he going to stay in a hotel with somebody else? It was for a romantic hotel in Scottsdale. He goes to Phoenix a lot, but always stays downtown. Yeah, I mean, certain hotels, you know, to be hotels where they promote love.
Oh.
Right?
No.
Yeah, they promote romance. Yeah. They promote intimacy.
Right. Couples hotels.
I've been to a hotel where I come back and they put bubbles in the tub.
Oh my
That
gosh.
happened? They put bubbles in the tub.
That happened to my sister and I once. I mean, they put rose petals on the bed for us. We were like, oh
I'm
my
like,
God.
what do I do now? I am just ate and am not in the mood for a bath.
But then you
I
got
gotta
in it,
get
didn't
there.
you? Yeah.
Sure. Did someone took the time to come in and draw the bath and then
Yeah.
bubble it up?
And you're like, ooh, this is nice.
I got in there. We took turns.
I think you're supposed to go in there together.
No, there's
You're
not
so
enough
conventional.
space. Yeah, it's not comfy.
All right. So anyway, I want to get to this though on a serious note. Esmeralda is who's on the line here in Northridge. Let's find out what happened. Esmeralda, thank you for coming on with us.
Yeah, thank you for having me on.
Yeah, absolutely. So Esmeralda, I'm trying to figure out how it could have been a mistake. What do you think? Like, to me, it makes sense. If he's going to trips to Phoenix and he's going to Scottsdale, a romantic hotel, yeah, I'm worried. But what do you think the mistake could have been?
Well, what it is that I was working at the computer when our printer in there started acting up. It actually kind of startled me. And then I noticed that a hotel confirmation came out. And I knew that he was going to Phoenix for work that weekend. But when I actually looked at the confirmation, it looked like he booked a casita at a place called the Royal Palms Resort and Spa in Scottsdale. Just pretty random. So I was,
They definitely draw the bath in a casita.
Sounds nice.
I was just trying to process that. And as he came running around the corner, kind of like he was trying to get ahead of me before I saw it. So I asked him straight out, like, what is this hotel? Because the thing is, he always stays at the Hilton downtown, and he just gave me sort of some nonsense about how they were booked. So he went ahead and chose this one because it looks nice, and they have a spa, and he said he needs a massage, like yada, yada, just like a bunch of...
Wow.
And bottom line is, he was clearly working in his office and meant to print it to his office printer, not the printer that is in the den where I was.
God, it's still risky.
Okay. Yeah.
Printing it anyway at the house.
Right.
All right, Esmeralda, let's see what we can do. We'll put this to work here. Just hold on the line. We are about to make this call here to Esmeralda's husband. She says that she got a printout confirmation accidentally on the wrong printer about him going to a romantic hotel, not where he's supposed to be working in downtown Phoenix, but somewhere in Scottsdale. Now, Susan, you have an idea here?
I feel like it's not going to make sense if we offer him roses because it sounds like whoever he might be hooking up with lives in Scottsdale. So if we're a local rose, or flower shop here in LA, maybe what if I say that I'm calling from the hotel and he left something behind and we want to try to return it to him?
If you're calling from the hotel. Oh, we've done a version of that.
Right. We have.
Yeah. I think hotels. Yeah, I think that works.
And I can make it like women's stuff.
Like what?
Specifically.
Earring.
Right. Earring, maybe undergarments. I don't know.
Maybe an earring, because that's more valuable. Would you be calling about undergarments?
Yeah.
A makeup bag. A makeup bag. A makeup bag.
Makeup bag.
Yeah.
I feel like a piece of jewelry would mean, like, it would be legit.
Yeah, some jewelry.
Yeah. Okay, let's go with jewelry. I like that. Esmeralda, did you hear all that?
I did, yeah.
Okay, that's what we're going to do. I just need you to say, before we call your husband now about this, Ryan, you have my permission to call and then his name on Kiss FM. Go ahead.
Ryan, you have my permission to call.
We're going to do that right now. Be very quiet. Let's see if we can find out. Good luck, okay?
Thank you so much.
Hello?
Hi, is this James?
Speaking.
Hi, James. My name is Tracy. I'm calling from the Royal Palms Resort and Spa in Scottsdale. Are you there, James?
Okay.
Hi, I'm calling because
Yeah,
some items were left in your room, actually. You just stayed with us, and I wanted to confirm your shipping address to send them back to you.
Wait, I left some things in the room?
Yeah, specifically, there was some jewelry, actually. So there was earrings left behind and actually a makeup bag. And it's believed to be like women's earrings and a makeup bag. So if you want I can send that back to you. Housekeeping found it. They're like dangly diamond earrings. They seem expensive. Are you there, James?
What room did you find these in?
They were in the room that you were staying in. I can put them in a box and ship them to you. Or if you live in the area, you can come by and pick them up. Whatever's easier.
No, don't worry about it. Just throw it out. Throw it all out.
Are you sure? These look like really nice earrings. They seem expensive.
Nope, just throw it away or keep it for yourself. I really don't care. Thanks for calling.
Are you sure? Wait, no.
James, your voice is being broadcast on the radio. I need you to understand that. And I've got your wife Esmeralda on the line. Why wouldn't you want to get her earring back?
Oh, I had a feeling this was some kind of prank. What's going on?
James, there's an earring left behind at the hotel. Wouldn't you want to get it back for your wife?
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
So I'm going to bring in your wife, Esmeralda. She received a printed hotel confirmation to the wrong printer about a romantic hotel stay in Scottsdale, Arizona. Does that ring a bell?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, I told her the regular hotel was booked and this one seemed nice.
Who's her?
My wife, Esmeralda.
James, you printed it to the wrong computer, and then you came racing into the room, remember, to grab it before I could see it? I mean, why don't you explain it to me? You seem very nervous.
That's not what happened. I just came out to get it. I wasn't racing.
James, I got to just hurry up and level up with you here. You hesitated and froze when Sisney brought all this up about an earring.
Right.
And under any normal circumstance, if it wasn't yours, or if you weren't there, you would have just said, sorry, not us, not me.
Yes. There's
And if
absolutely no way there was an earring in my room.
And if it was an earring of your wife's, you would have tried to get it back or gotten it back.
Yep.
So who were you at the hotel with having a romantic time? Just tell us now.
It's time to come clean.
No one. There was no one there, and I told them to throw the stuff out. It wasn't my stuff.
Well, James, who were you? Who were you at the hotel with?
No one. I was there by myself.
Esmeralda, did you believe your husband?
No, and there is a question I'd like to ask him, if that's okay.
Sure.
Are you having an affair?
Oh, geez. Is this really what you think of me? I mean, I can't believe you would go through all this and try to do this on a radio show. Is this really what you think I would do that?
Answer the question.
No. Look, I'm not.
Okay, James, we've been down this path before. The answer is no if it's no. If you have another answer, it's yes. So we are going to leave it at that. You're not clearing your name.
No,
Esmeralda, you can hear.
We're not going
to. Esmeralda, you can hear his hesitation. I'm going to let you guys go. This is as far as we can take it. Good luck to you. Thank you very much. I mean, first of all, when he froze about the earring, you could tell his wheels were trying to figure out how to get out of it.
Right. He was saying, how do you know what room? How do you know the room? Like that was it right then.
I like Sisney's idea of changing up Ryan's roses there.
Thanks.
I just did not get a good vibe off that guy. He was clearly covering something up. Coming up next, we'll get into Ryan's roses again. If you heard it, if you didn't, if you missed it, we'll bring you up to speed. Because the husband who Esmeralda was looking to find out if he was cheating or not, went to a romantic hotel in Scottsdale, Arizona, and Sisney that was the perfect thing to say. She said, hey, I'm calling because somebody left an earring here. Now, you could hear his organs drop, right? His heart sink when you said, there's an earring left at the hotel. He just froze. He actually didn't say anything.
Right.
And then he's like, no, don't worry about it. You just keep it. Throw it away. I mean, he went into a panic. At that point, I knew it was like he was caught. He was guilty.
Yes.
Because also,
checking into a hotel.
If somebody called me and said you left, let's say, your glasses or something, and I know I don't wear glasses, I would just be like, you got the wrong person, wrong room. Sorry, it's not me.
It's very, it's very casual.
I wouldn't say throw them away.
Right.
No, unless you're covering your tracks.
Correct.
Yes.
And so I didn't even need to hear more after that point. Because remember, he was supposed to be in a downtown Phoenix hotel, but instead he was in a Scottsdale, Arizona love hotel.
Right.
Romantic hotel.
Mm-hmm.
1-800-520-1027 at KISS FM. And then Esmeralda, his wife, with the best question of all, after he ran around circles, she says, I have a question for you. Are you cheating? And if you ask your spouse that question and they're not, they say no.
Right.
If you ask your spouse that question and they say something else, the answer is, we got a problem.
Or they hesitate or they stutter.
It's a problem. So to me, there wasn't that much to explore after hearing the call when he didn't want to take the earrings back for, quote, his wife, which we would assume they were for. Denise, good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing well, thanks. So you heard Ryan's roses. What do you think she should do now? His wife, Esmeralda.
Okay. I have a list. So, number one, call the Hilton to see if they were actually full that weekend.
Uh-huh.
Number two, call that the Royal Palms Hotel or Resort or whatever it was called to see who he was there with, if anyone. And then she should call his boss and see if they have the freedom to stay at whatever hotel they choose, because that would make a difference, obviously. And then last but not least, if hubby won't talk, then she needs hard evidence. And I mean, what was his name?
James.
So I'm with you. I agree, but I just think that at this point, he's shady. He's lying. He's not telling the truth. He's probably cheating. So what does she do about the relationship now? And that's
Get out.
the hard part.
I mean, there's so many ways you
We
can
always
go.
say that, but it's so much
Therapy.
easier for us to say that.
Yeah, but
I mean, she could choose to go to therapy, and try to work it out. But I mean, usually once a cheater, always a cheater. So, and he does sound sneaky and shady as hell. So I don't know. Maybe it's time to move on.
Well, we are going to move on. We're going to do it again on Thursday. Thank you very much, Denise, for calling. Appreciate it. Every Monday, Thursday, it's a Ryan's Roses right here. Tanya, any of you?
Definitely cheating. Like I said, if somebody's called and said I left something at my hotel that clearly wasn't mine, I would just say, I think you have
it's easy.
Yeah.
It's easy. There was a lot of struggle in answering simple
I would
questions.
never tell them to throw something away.
It's time for Ryan's Roses. This is a public service and a last resort. If something is going on in your relationship and you can't seem to get to the bottom of it, then you can write us an email and we'll see if you want to go on the air. Adrian in Southgate has decided to go on with us. Adrian says, my husband's assistant was making me uncomfortable. She always went to work dressing a little too provocatively, and the way she talked to him was just too much. My husband knew about this, so when there was a new opening at their office, I told my husband he needed to relocate her. He did, but now I think I made things worse. I know they've seen each other. I don't know what sort of relationship they have, but I just don't like it. Let me get Adrian on the phone. Adrian, thank you for writing to us. Why do you think you've made it worse by having your husband relocate this assistant?
Because now I can monitor, like before, because I go a lot to his office, so I was able to see and look around and stuff like that. But now that she's in Orange County, I'm I cannot get any info.
And it was the way that she was talking to him, you said. How was she speaking to your husband?
To him and to me, she's very, the way, even her voice goes into this sexier mood, when you're in a club or you're flirting with a guy. She's not professional, yes, doctor and stuff like that. She's more oh yes, very friendly.
And only with him, not with some people are like that with everyone.
Right.
No. You can't see that it's only with him. And then with me, it's another story. She's very she won't say anything, but you can see that on the rude side, I would say.
Rude. Oh, well, now are they physically apart now that he's relocated her. They're not in the same building.
Yeah, they're not in the same building anymore. She got relocated to Orange County because we were having a lot of fights. So I suggested that when they had some opening on the other office, I suggested if she could get relocated there.
It's interesting the way that an assistant might treat the wife of her boss, because it could go either way if something's going on between them. Mm-hmm. It could go over the top, sugary sweet.
Yeah.
So you might think she's covering something up, or it could go the other way where she knows she's got one up on you and she's got her hand on her hip every time she talks to you.
Mm-hmm.
So how long have you been married?
We've been married for 7 years now.
And you have kids?
Yeah, we have 3 children.
3 kids. So, Adrian, we are going to call your husband. We're going to offer him some flowers, some roses, and we want to see who he sends them to and then what he writes on the card. That's very telling. What's the assistant's name?
Her name is Jackie.
Jackie. And how long has she worked for him?
I think it's been 3 years, but she got relocated 6 months ago.
Okay. Patty is here, and I just need you to say, Ryan, you have my permission to call, and then whatever his name is, on Kiss FM.
Ryan, you have my permission to call on Kiss FM.
All right, we're going to do this now. You'll be able to hear everything. But be quiet until we tell him he's on the air, okay?
Thank you.
All right. Good luck, sweetheart.
Yeah.
Hello?
Hi, may I speak to Rick?
Yeah, speaking.
Hi, Rick. My name's Patty calling from Love Petals. How are you?
I'm doing okay, Patty. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. Thank you for answering my call. Taking my call. I'm calling you because you've been chosen to receive a free dozen roses. They're completely free, and you can send them to whoever you want. This morning, I don't need any information from you, just the name of the person you want to send them to and a note. And I make sure they get delivered today or any day you choose at no cost to you. Like I said, they're completely free, and I will also not charge for any delivery or any additional things you want to add, like maybe like a nice card, a note.
Why are they free?
Well, I'm promoting my delivery service, and I believe you may have purchased some flowers from either one of our network or our vendors, maybe a few months ago, maybe a few years ago, and we still have your information. And we chose 5 customers at random this morning to make sure that to call them and let them know that they've been chosen to receive a free dozen roses, just in hopes that you can come back to us, and if you like our service, you can continue using us.
Yeah, okay.
Sounds good to you?
Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah.
Great. So let's.
I just got a quick question. Can you send it to an office?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, really?
Rick, it's Ryan Seacrest and Ellen Kay. I need you to know that your voice is being broadcast on the radio. That is the sound of your wife.
Sweetie, I don't have an office. Why are you sending flowers to an office? Huh?
Rick, who are you going to send them to? Let's just ask you that.
To one of my ex-coworkers.
Oh, of course. Who, Jackie?
Yeah, I was going to send them to Jackie.
Why are you sending flowers to Jackie? You say you had nothing to do with her.
Adrian, what are you doing?
Rick, what are you doing? That's what I'm asking to you. Why are you sending flowers to Jackie? You have a wife, you know?
What are you doing?
Rick, your wife has asked us to call you to find out what's going on between you and Jackie. Now, you just were on the phone. You had the opportunity to send free flowers to any woman in the world, and you chose Jackie over your wife. Your wife, as you know, has concerns about this woman. What's going on with you and Jackie?
She just got promoted at work. She got promoted at her office.
She got promoted, and she got relocated. But are you locating her?
Am I
in your own time?
No, I'm not.
Yes, they are. They are. I know they're seeing each other.
Are you seeing Jackie?
Outside work time. I know you guys are having lunch. I know you guys have been seeing each other.
Hey, Rick, are you having an affair with Jackie?
No, I'm not. She's my friend.
She's your buddy?
She's your friend.
Okay.
Really?
I can have female friends.
And now, has anything ever happened between the two of you physically?
No.
Rick, why are you taking so long to answer?
Adrian, this is crazy.
No, this is crazy. You've been lying to me. I knew there was something happening between you two.
Baby, you're acting crazy.
No, you think I don't know why you're not telling me that you're having lunch with her? You're not telling me that you're seeing her? Supposedly you always see her at a
Are you having lunch with her?
We work together.
Yeah, but here's the thing, Rick. Here's what is tough to swallow. If your wife is threatened by this woman, why keep seeing her? Why keep going to have lunch with her? Why keep having her in your life when you've relocated her? And you've relocated her per your wife's request. It just doesn't make her feel great. And then you send the flowers to her over your wife, who wouldn't think that something's going on, or at least that you want to have something going on. Maybe Jackie would, maybe Jackie wouldn't. But when we hear all of this in the sequence we just did, we think you're guilty of something. So what is it?
I think my wife's guilty of being insecure.
No, no.
Why is she insecure? What's the catalyst to that insecurity? It's the relationship that you formed with this other woman that she's threatened by.
I can't have female friends? You're saying
I'm not telling you you can't have female friends, but you got to listen to what your wife's concerns are and not make it worse.
A female friend is not the one that is always hugging you, that is always, like, I heard her calling you honey. Why is she calling you honey? She was your employee.
It's a German. I'm her boss.
Is she attracted to you? Rick, is Jackie attracted to you? Is she crushing on you? Is she in love with you?
Of course she is.
I think everyone would be attracted to me, but
oh my God.
That's neither here nor there.
Oh, no.
Rick, on that note, would you mind if I had Jackie's phone number and we could just settle this now with everybody on the phone?
No.
Yeah, let's do that.
Why don't we just call Jackie?
No.
Yeah, but
why can't I have her phone number? Wait, Rick.
Why do you need to bring her into this?
Why can't we call?
It's all about her.
But if we can't call, then something's going on.
It's about my wife's insecurity.
No, it's about you.
It's about my wife's insecurity.
Rick, we can settle this. Let's stop yelling at each other. Let's settle this. We'll call Jackie, and she'll tell us everything, and everybody will be fine, right?
No, absolutely not.
Well, then something's going on, Rick, and you need to fess up to your wife. I'm gonna let you, Rick. I can't hear you anymore. I've let you go. Adrian, it doesn't feel right. He seems very arrogant. I don't like the way he speaks to you. I don't like the way he's treated you over the course of this phone conversation. I think there is something to worry about. I don't know to what extent. I don't know how far it's gone. But either it's happened or he wants it to happen because of his actions in the last couple of minutes. So you need to address this head on. And my advice would be to get Jackie on the phone with you right now.
Or in the room.
With you right now and get to the bottom of it. Okay?
Yeah, thank you.
Good luck.
I'm sorry. Good luck.
Thank you.
I mean, I'm sitting here thinking to myself, first of all, what a rude individual to his wife. And second of all, if he wants to settle this, if you are innocent and you want to settle this, baby, get Jackie on the phone. Let everybody hear it.
Right.